Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, fuck boys and e-girls, welcome to America's favorite sound.
You should specify that was a fucking
Beer?
dog.
No, it's funnier if they don't know it's the dog. Welcome to the Nectarius Podcast. We are going to continue the conversation we were just having.
It really makes me sad that you leave out the simps and the thoughts.
The Simps and the thought. No, I only talk to people I respect in this podcast. Fuck
You'll
boys
never
and
make money
e-girls.
that way.
And our fat schnauzer dog that is probably dying right now. Yeah, our friend's trying to get him out of here. Just doing it on his
Coffee
way.
fit. God damn.
On his way out. Just So anyway, guys, you may have noticed I'm not with Vicky and Stage Grandma today. Today I'm with Rob and Jeremy. Jeremy has been on our podcast. You were on
The
episode
first
2. No,
the second one.
right after the pilot. Episode 2. Everyone's a little gay, and that's okay. This is Rob's first time on the podcast. What's up, Rob?
I've witnessed tapings before, but yes.
Witnessed. Like it's a crime.
It sounds like he's just like outside the window, just like peering,
Looking
through.
in.
That's actually how it happened.
Yeah,
He was sitting in my living room, and like me and Chris stepped out to have a smoke. And we're just like peering through the window, literally, like watching you guys
Like
record.
the Phantom Diddler. He's just sitting there. Like,
Phantom Diddler. He's like looking at my Newgrounds page, being like, "I wonder when he's gonna upload this."
I continue to push you to do shit ass Newgrounds projects.
Yes. Oh my god. I really don't want to say much about that because this is going on Newgrounds.
Look up his repertoire. Look up Nick Thomas on Newgrounds. You'll find nothing but garbage.
Fuck. That's not true. We're doing a collaboration that's gonna come out, and it actually looks pretty cool.
and porn.
And porn. Oh,
So
dude.
much porn.
Well,
Dude.
the idea is that it's a slope going upwards.
Yeah, of
as
course.
far as the quality of your
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
goes.
Dude, there is a lot. Like when I went on to Newgrounds the first time, I actually started up my profile and everything, and was looking around at how everything worked. I went to the voice acting forum, and there's 3. Jesus Christ, he's doing it again. There's 3 pinned threads. The first one is like, "Hey, welcome to the Newgrounds voice actor. This is what this forum's for." Blah blah blah. And the next one is like, "Here are the general rules. Like, be respectful." Blah blah blah. And the next one is, "Here are the rules for NSFW recordings."
Nice.
And I was like, I don't want to read those. I want to wait till I get cast in an NSFW thing and then just surprise myself, you know?
I don't know. I think it'd be way funnier if you're just like, curious. Because, like, when they say NSFW content, that's pretty largely enveloping. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, no one needs a new set of rules for making action noises like sword fights and splorch noises.
Yeah, I mean, you can be as bad or as good as you want with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, what are the limits? How far can I go?
What can I do? Well, how long until I get in trouble on Newgrounds?
Yeah, that's like the curiosity, right? Like,
I'll wait. I still would wait to see what was going on. But back to what we were talking about a minute ago. We were talking about, Jeremy, you wanted to know what we all think is the best, worst movie.
No,
Or like the
I
worst
want to start
movie, or
with the worst movie. I want you to talk about the movie that you legitimately did not enjoy.
Wow, this is a lot. Because I was saying, like, The Room. Like, I retroactively enjoy The Room, though. Like, I've watched it, and I think back, and I laugh, and I go, oh, that's bad. But sitting and watching it is so fucking painful. Especially, like, as somebody who is an actor and has directed stuff before, you just sit there and you watch, and you're like, fuck, it's so bad.
You know,
It's not even
like,
funny bad. It's just doing everything wrong.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a couple of ones like that where it's kind of like I wouldn't say trying to catch lightning in a bottle.
Dude,
But
of
I
all
mean-
so bad it's good movies, like, why is The Room so up there, man?
Why?
I don't
Why?
know.
I think it's just like, you know, that is lightning in a bottle. I think that it was just like right place, right time more than anything.
I also think
Because-
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, when you think about it, like, there's so many more that are also really popular that a lot of people know about.
Birdemic is a really famous
Birdemic is a
one.
really famous one, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Sharknado, all of those movies. I mean,
Those are on purpose, though.
But
Yeah,
the premise
yeah.
of Sharknado and Birdemic alone is, like, funny.
well,
It's,
the
like, enjoyable.
First Sharknado, they were actually trying. I think it was more just like a
Oh, they were
budget garbage movie.
They
You
had
don't come
a...
up with Sharknado without busting out laughing in the
Sure, because it wasn't meant to take, like, the plot itself wasn't meant to be taken seriously.
They got so many A-list actors in the sequel. Like in Sharknado
In the
4, they got like
sequel?
all these badass actors.
in
They
the
straight
third
up
one.
get some.
Oh my god.
They get some heavy hitters.
They get
well,
like
one of the girl is Tara Reid. like one of the girls from American Pie in the first movie, I think. Like, at the time, not really an A, more like a B-list actor, but someone people would recognize, was in the first one.
Yeah.
And then I remember watching it and being like, wow, she's bad. This is bad. I don't even think it's her fault. I think her agent just got her a job and she's like, fuck it. American Pie 6 isn't being made anytime soon. Let's just do that.
Man, fucking money's money, bro.
Money's money, bro. Paycheck is a paycheck.
I mean, that's the thing, is that, like, if you're an A or a B-list actor, enough that somebody knows your name, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody that isn't like a hardcore movie buff.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it's kind of easy to find yourself a role. But once you're getting down to like C and D list, where it's just like, oh, it's Asian guy number 13, and it's just like, I see him.
I've seen that comedian in multiple
I know
commercials
his face.
or whatever.
I know what he's been in. I still don't know his name. There's a lot of actors that are like that, where it's just kind of like, hey, we need you for like 3 minutes in this thing. We'll pay you $1,000 to show up for 2 days. And it's just kind of like, hey, well, you know,
$1,000 for 2 days.
yeah, it pays the bills.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about like shitty daytime reality TV, but Jerry Springer was on Sharknado 3.
What? Like as
Yeah,
Jerry
it
Springer?
He was attacked by
It
a
was
shark
like
at Sharknado
it was
3.
like Andy Milonakis was on it.
Okay. But were they
Uh,
playing themselves or were they playing characters?
Some of them were characters, some of them were themselves, I think.
Andy Milonakis playing anyone other than himself, I can't believe. Like, even in the movie Waiting, yeah. I think they said his name was like Doug or something, but it's fucking Andy Milonakis. It's Andy Milonakis with cornrows, dude. Like, that movie's alright, but I hate Andy Milonakis.
I mean, he's pretty funny.
I watched his show.
ways.
I watched his show for a little bit, and I was just like, man, I didn't think Mind of Mencia could get any worse.
I was young as fuck when the show came out, but like
So was I.
he started like being a Twitch streamer or something like that. Or,
Yeah.
like, one of
What?
those
Yeah,
day-to-day
he is
streamers.
a-
What?
he is a Twitch
Can't
streamer.
watch that. I can't do it. No.
I mean,
Fuck.
yeah, I couldn't watch him now, but I mean, you know,
Well, someone who's like okay funny, who does a medium where they're on screen for hours at a time by themselves is like, people can pull it off when they're really funny or really impersonable or, you know, really entertaining to watch. Then you can go for hours at a time. But if you're okay and then you do that,
I mean,
it shows all your weaknesses, I think.
don't know, man, because like even Soulja Boy has been streaming RuneScape.
What?
Yeah,
Soulja Boy has a weird cult following behind him. It's so
He
strange.
made a fucking video
Good for
game
him.
system.
but I mean,
Dude,
like to the
I wish
point
I
where
had
it's like Soulja Boy and
You can get
RuneScape. Like, those are two communities that you would never imagine mesh with each other, but I mean, he gets views.
Well, it's like Henry Cavill in the fucking PC gaming community now. It's like, until you hear it, you wouldn't put the two together.
No, man, you would. It's not that they don't mesh. It's that as soon as anyone with clout shows up on OSRS, the community is immediately just like, "Hey, cool, you play our game. Fuck yeah."
Then they're just like, Sip.
I never listened to you, bro, but like, fuck yeah. I now am a huge supporter of Soulja Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Soulja Boy.
So like, there's a streamer named Critical, and he started playing RuneScape.
Mm.
And his goal within the game was to have the largest collection of monkey nuts within the entire game.
Crush
Monkey
the economy.
nuts.
And
Fucked
so
up the economy.
he like,
Wait, hold on. Is monkey nuts a thing where it's a nut from a tree or monkey nuts?
no, monkey nuts.
Okay, cool.
I think. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure.
think it's not actually monkey testicles.
Dude.
Dude.
You said it was.
If
It
you
is
look
not-
at it, it looks like some monkey nuts. bro.
Is it a drop from a monkey, or do you get it off a tree?
You gotta hit the monkey's lower half.
You
and
get
it
you buy
drops
them
it.
from the store, man.
What the fuck? What?
On Ape Atoll.
Oh my god.
But there's like legitimately now an economy around buying monkey nuts to sell it to the people that are going to give Critical monkey nuts. He has like millions upon millions of monkey nuts. And so there's like, it was a useless item. It still is a useless item. But now,
for
like,
the memes,
the economy has been propped up solely by the existence
By
of
Critical.
him just playing the game.
That's
Not
great.
even him using them, not even him like trying to merchant with them. All he does
Just
is he
collect
gets
them.
online
He keeps them.
and then people donate him monkey nuts. And he puts offers in for more monkey nuts on the Grand Exchange. Like-
Here, Lord Critical, all of the monkey nuts I can muster. Oh my god. I like that. And he, dude, then he fucked up. The fact that Rob is like fucked up the economy, it's like, this is affecting how some people play the game, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, there is a legitimate monkey nut economy. There are now bots that hop from world to world buying out all the monkey nuts from the store on Ape Atoll just for the purpose of farming gold so that they can sell it to feed their families in Venezuela. Like,
Confirmed though,
Damn.
there is a monkey nut bush under a paddle. So
Confirmed.
so I guess they're regular
it's
nuts.
a bush nut.
Bush nut.
Bushy nuts.
I
dude.
mean, when you say bush nut, I'm still skeptical.
just as strange, you know.
My Bush's nuts are coming in this week. Can't wait. Dude, speaking of critical, I don't know anything about this, but I saw a video earlier today on YouTube that was like, Critical is about to overtake PewDiePie, and here's why it's wrong. And I was like, what? Does
I
that
find
matter?
it hard to sit through an entire Critical video, to be honest with you. He's kind of not...
I like depending on the topic.
He
but
has shining content, but the problem is that he releases so much of it.
True.
Like,
He
there's no
uploads
way
like
every
3
day
times
it's
a
like
day.
2 or 3 12 to 15 minute videos.
Yeah, there's just no way that you can be like that entertaining that much that
well,
often.
sometimes it's just rants. Like his scripted videos are funny, and
He
the
chooses
one
a lot of interesting topics to talk about, but he can't catch my attention for more than like 5 of those 10 to 12 minutes. You know.
yeah. Well,
I
let's
still like him. I don't
like
watch
him.
very many of his videos, but I mean, whenever I see something that's interesting,
let's mesh this in with this our previous question. What kind of movie would you film with Critical as the lead actor?
anything that I could manage to get with what is this? Nicolas Cage.
Fuck Nicolas Cage.
Dude, Nicolas Cage. Wicker
want-
Man is the best movie ever, and Rob refuses to accept that.
Have you seen the actual Wicker Man?
Do you see how
Wicker
mad he
Man
got?
is good. Wicker Man is good from the 70s. Fuck
Yeah,
Nick Cage's Wicker
The
Man.
Dude,
remake of Wicker Man is really bad.
No, Nick Cage should have played the Wicker Man as Ghost Rider. I
God.
should have made that movie happen.
But I would love
It was so bad.
I would love like a buddy cop movie with Critical and Nicolas Cage.
My
But
lord.
Nicolas Cage playing the straight man.
Critical was trying to be funny.
He would never take Critical seriously.
Dude, you could probably get Nicolas Cage on set per day at like $50.
Nicolas
No.
Cage? No.
That
Dude,
dude
he
bankrupt
takes-
as fuck because he spent all his money stupidly. So now
Exactly.
he has to be actually
He will
smart.
take any role. He takes every role that's given to him. I'm pretty sure that you could get him for nothing.
Damn.
There are
got that
so
rap.
many.
There's
There's
kind of stopped being like that.
no, he still does, dude. He does
Really?
indie movies in China all the time.
What the
He
fuck?
does like B and C list movies.
That sounds awesome.
Dude, he released like 3 or 4 movies
He
last
did
year.
Sharknado
that, like,
4.
he releases a lot of really shitty Sundance films. Like, he's still very active in the shit movie community. I'm
That
pretty
sucks.
sure you could get him for next to nothing. And I mean, a lot of the people that he's acting with are like names of people that he's never even heard before. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know who Critical is. Pretty sure he'd take that job just as seriously as he does every single other one.
Dude, I like the
You
idea
think he takes
of
his job seriously?
I think
Critical
that,
or Nick Cage?
Nick Cage.
I think that
You have to as an actor. If you
Sing-
don't,
I think
people are gonna
he's being
fucking.
serious when he acts that badly.
seeing
I think
the
he's
good roles
trying
that
his
he's in,
best.
seeing the good roles that he has been in, knowing that he does have the capacity to be a good actor, it's kind of like how Adam Sandler decides to poop out one good movie every 10 years. You know what I mean? I mean, sure, Nicolas Cage is doing most of them for the money, but when you're hiring Nicolas Cage, you're looking for Nicolas Cage. You know what I mean? Like, there's a specific subset of actor that you want when you hire him.
There's a vibe that you want your character to have.
Yeah, you
Then
want
you cast
somebody
Nick
with a
Cage.
1,000-yard stare, simultaneously carrying crazy eyes. Like, that's,
During a conversation with his wife about what to do for their son's birthday.
yes, like that's
Should
who
we get a
you're.
drum
Those are all
I don't
traits,
know.
but also the weirdly shaped head, the weirdly balding head. Fucking like. There's a lot of things about this guy.
We're talking about what makes him an actor, and you're like, he looks like a fucking alien.
Yeah, but you're talking about like when we're looking at Nick Cage, you gotta look at the eyes, but you also see his fucking weird ass face.
I mean, he's
His-
yeah,
You
his-
gotta take it seriously.
he's a weird
the
looking
curve,
dude,
the curve of his eyebrows starts behind his ears.
but he does have good movies. If you've ever bothered to watch any of his movies from earlier in his acting career,
What's his best movie?
probably
The Mummy.
Matchstick Men.
Matchstick Man.
Yeah,
The Mummy.
I haven't seen him.
Matchstick
He's
Men.
not in
is-
The Mummy.
Yeah, that's Brendan Fraser. Yeah, Nicolas Cage has
I love
Matchstick Men,
Brendan.
and then he does one where he's a gun broker. It's like
I like that one. Lord of War. That movie is good despite him, is what I think.
Despite
And
him,
I
that's
feel like
such
if
a-
I watched Matchstick Man, though, it would be the same deal. It'd be a good movie despite this.
no,
Dumbass dude.
he plays very straight.
Yeah.
Like he's not traditional Nicolas Cage in any sense of Matchstick Men,
But in
because
Lord of
he's
War,
playing like
he's serious.
he's playing like a kind of shitty con man, and he's teaching a girl, like he's taking this girl under his wing to teach her how to like perfect the art of the con, and he's basically like teaching her all he knows, that kind of a deal. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of depressing, but I mean, he's good in it. He's had other movies where he's good. I mean, I don't know like his entire IMDb
All of his
page by
repertoire.
heart.
Let's
Because
pull it
he
up.
has,
Fuck
like,
it. We have,
Dude, he's got 7,000 films. I don't think that you
Oh.
can dig through.
that's
really,
even
really, though, what is the best bad movie? Not just from Nick Cage, but in general. What's the best bad
best bad movie.
Mine-
And how
mine's
would
best
we
bad movie.
define that? Like a movie that is undeniably bad.
Were you
But
there
that you
the
got the
night
most
that we
enjoyment?
watched Samurai Princess?
Samurai Princess is a pretty good contender
No.
for best bad movie.
Dude,
Fuck, what's
this
that?
movie's a piece of shit, but it's the best.
Do you have it? Are
Yeah,
you
of
kidding
course
us?
he
You don't
has
get it?
He has a physical copy. He knows exactly where it is, too. He just walked up to the bookshelf
Damn.
and walked exactly
Samurai-
where it
You know how many
Oh
times I've seen
my
that
God.
movie? She pulls her tits off and like throws them and knocks the dude's head off. She's a fucking cyborg.
Oh, okay. I was
She was also a samurai and who was also a princess.
okay. Yeah,
The best shitty movie ever.
Wait,
She's also a porn actress in Japan.
I believe it, dude. Oh my god. Speaking of, I was gonna say I thought it was gonna be more interesting. But speaking of porn actresses, fucking Sasha Grey has been trying to get into more normal shit.
Oh.
You know, she's a voice actor in Saints Row.
Oh yeah, she's been kicking it for a while now, though. But she got out of porn like more,
A long time
more
ago.
than 10 years ago now.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that far.
And she didn't have such a weird burnout as like Mia Khalifa. You've been seeing her lately?
No. Oh yeah, but her fucking lowest point was when she licked the toilet.
She left
I
and
didn't
she
even wa-
showed her emotions to everyone. So now everyone's like, oh, she's pissed that she was a porn star. Like, I feel like she did it wrong.
She went
Sasha
in.
Grey kind of owns it, and like everyone accepts her now, and they're like, well, whatever. She was a porn
Dude,
actress.
Sasha-
but, like,
Sasha
Was a
Grey.
porn actress,
She was a
but
porn
now
actress, but
she's
yeah,
like
A normal actress.
she's accepted.
That's fine. And the funny thing is that like she was on I think it was Conan or something. She was on a talk show, and they were interviewing her, Sasha Grey, and they're like, "Oh, so like, were you worried about this and that, or you know, what's your concerns?" And she's like, "Well, at least I never have to worry about being surprised that nudes of me got leaked online." And you're like, "Dude, she's funny. She's got like a funny like attitude about it, so that's fine." And if she's been doing, I haven't seen anything with her in it other than Saints Row, but like that's cool.
she like as soon as she got out of the porn industry, she was cast in some really terrible Sundance film.
Do you think the guy tried to get her to take her shirt off? So, come on, you're used to it. Let's go ahead. We're gonna put a rape scene in.
It probably, I mean, it wasn't good enough for me to bother seeing it. But then again,
Well,
I don't
obviously
really
not.
watch that many movies anymore anyways. The worst
You
movie
watch
that
more
I
movies?
enjoyed watching was actually with Keanu Reeves that I watched maybe 2 years ago with my dad. And it was really terrible. This is like even after the John Wick, and he became like who he is now.
Yeah.
I think it's called Replicas.
I have not heard of it.
It is really bad.
How bad? What's it about?
So basically, he is like trying to create robots that can hold within them like the human consciousness.
This is from 2018.
Yeah. So 2 years ago.
Oh man.
He's come out with some stinkers lately. Have you also heard of that, like, it's an Arctic movie where he's like a hunter or something. He's come out with a few fucking...
God, that sounds like something Liam Neeson would have been in. To be honest with you, he's been in more than
Liam
a few of
Neeson.
those.
Rip.
But
Rip
yeah, no. So basically, they're trying to create robots that can hold a human consciousness, and every time they try, they're like using soldiers that had died in war and then bringing them back to life, and they're like they see that they're a robot, and then they freak out and kill themselves, like their robot form.
Oh
And
shit.
so
That's in 2018. I played a game about that in fucking 2013. iRobot was not a robot, but like
that wasn't holding human consciousness. That was
Right.
AI.
well, the video game I played, it was the same. It was robots that believed they were human, had completely human lives, could breed and everything. And then like one day they get like something falls on their head, they get a scratch on their forehead, see metal, and they're like ah! They freak out.
Well, these guys were taking like brains out of people that had died and implanting them into robots,
Yeah,
basically
that's
trying to
even
give them a new
creepier.
life. You know what I mean?
That's pretty
And-
horrifying.
And so he's like in a car, driving with his family, gets into an accident, his entire family dies. So then they have these like tanks where they can breed, like they can make new human bodies, basically.
And
And so he like implants all of the family's like consciousness into the new bodies and tries to pretend that they're not dead.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's awful. It's so awful.
Dude, here's...
And the thing is that, like, I watched it in a movie theater. and it's like, when I went to the movie theater, I knew it was going to be bad right off the bat because there were only 2 other people in the theater. And this was like an 8 p.m. showing, so it's like later in the day on like a Thursday. So, I mean, people typically go to the movies. This is, back when things were normal.
Yeah.
But it was
when
pretty
we could
bad.
leave our homes.
And the thing is that whenever I go and see a movie, I think one of the biggest things is usually I like to take some alcohol with me, a little bit of hooch.
Whoa,
And,
God, hey, fellas, we at the Notorious Podcast don't condone this behavior. We will do it though.
I gotta
We'll do that.
What kind of pussies are
I
you?
know
in
he's
the-
got a call.
The Notorious Podcast.
Bunch
You
of
don't
we
condone that.
we deny it, but I mean, hey, we do it. So anyway, Rob, I know I got a movie for you because I know you are an avid Colin Farrell hater.
Yeah.
You hate Colin Farrell. Have you ever seen the movie Winter's Tale?
No.
Okay, neither have I. But one time I was at the gym, and you know when gyms just have TVs just playing random shit.
Yes, let's talk about a movie we've both never seen.
No, I only want to talk
Really?
about one scene in this movie. So here's what happened. And I don't know what the movie's about. I haven't seen the trailer. I don't know anything. But I was there and I'm working out, and I'm like, I was doing curls over it, so my arm's burning, and I'm like, all right, distract yourself, keep going. And I look up at one of the screen, and it's Colin Farrell with the fucking stupidest forward bowl haircut I've ever seen. And he's walking past these guys in suits on a bridge to a unicorn with wings made out of light. And he, like, tears a rope off of it, and the unicorn, like, stares at him meaningly for, like, 3 minutes. And then it jumps off the side of the bridge and flies away. And all the dudes in suits are like, get him! And then they all start attacking Colin Farrell. I have no fucking idea what was going on. But I was just
I
like...
feel like I've at the very least seen the trailer for this movie, because that sounds
Possible.
mad.
It sounds
familiar.
insane. Dude, I saw that. I was like, I like Colin Farrell. I like almost everything he's been in. And then I saw that and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
That
not-
and
not
Total
a Colin
Recall's
Farrell fan. There's a lot of people I'm not a fan of. Honestly, every fucking movie I've seen from him is awesome, but I don't like Bruce Willis. Like,
I mean,
I don't
he
think
comes out with such amazing movies,
yeah.
but goddamn it, I just don't like the guy. Like, I think he's the worst part of all of his movies, and I can't name a single one that I don't like, including all 3 Die Hards. I like all 3 of them.
Isn't there like 5?
Yeah, there's more than that. There's like
Let's not
Die
talk
Hard,
about
Die Hard 2.
We're talking about the original 3 Die Hards. 12 Monkeys, badass. Fifth Element, fucking badass. I don't know.
Sixth
I've
Sense.
seen- I've
Basically,
seen
he
quite a
likes
few.
everything that Bruce Willis has made before 2010.
So
And
Bruce
then
Willis
disregards the last 10 years of
I
his.
stopped watching Bruce Willis shit, I guess, but
It's a shame Bruce Willis died 10 years ago. He could have had so much more good movies.
telling me that guy's still alive? Nah. Well,
That's that's disrespectful, guy. Hey, he's dead. Show some respect.
But yeah, Replicas is a terrible movie. I watched it drunk off my ass.
that might be on his like B list, but
Well,
tell me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts, because I don't really like Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted? Like their movies? Or Bill and Ted?
I don't
in
like
general?
any Bill and Ted movies.
I've only seen the first one.
There's about
I
to
thought
be
it
a
was
new one
alright.
coming out.
I'm worried about that, dude. That movie looks like
It looks
it's
bad.
a nostalgia
It
ride.
looks bad, but I don't like Bill and Ted. I don't like the originals either. So
Yeah, I've only seen the first one. I thought it was okay, but I haven't seen the trailer. I haven't seen much about the new one. I think it's a fucking nostalgia cash grab, and they have to really go in there. And just from the perspective of somebody who's seen nostalgia go wrong, they would have to go in there with like all good intentions, just want to do something fun. People who had worked on the original project and just really, really liked it. It would have to be that. If it is just a cash grab, it's not going to be good. It's going to be very condescending.
See,
a lot of
that's-
self-referential shit's going to be in there.
That's the problem, is that like Bill and Ted is like mid-90s, early 2000s humor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's when
how old were you when it came out?
dude, when I saw it, I was probably like 12, 13.
That's probably like right in your up your alley then.
Yeah.
You're
because
supposed
I was,
to be the ones who like it.
because I watched it when I was a kid.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Did you like it?
But yeah, I liked it when I was a kid. But
Do
that's
you
the problem,
still
is that
hold it high up there in your memory.
I think the problem is that I haven't seen it since then. And like,
so you don't know whether it holds up or not. So how do you hold it in your head right now?
in my head right now, I know that if I watched it again, I probably wouldn't enjoy it.
Wouldn't
as
hold
much as
up?
I did.
So why are they bringing it back?
Because there are plenty of people that are like me that enjoyed it when they were kids, but are still 12, 13 years old.
Dude, can you imagine
Mentally.
if tomorrow they announce, like, hey, Matthew Broderick's Inspector Gadget again? Everyone would be like, what the fuck?
He killed 2 people in Ireland. You can't give him that shit.
He ran 2 ladies over. What the fuck?
Well, here's the weird thing. Fucking Keanu Reeves is 55 years old. So he was 33, 34 in Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Looking like a goddamn 16-year-old.
Maybe 18, but yeah.
Well, how old were the characters? They were teenagers.
Yeah,
They were not full
Yeah,
grown.
they were like,
They're
That's-
both old-looking dudes at this point.
Yeah, well,
I've seen them both
Keanu
together.
looks... Keanu, I don't even know the other guy's name. It's not Billy Crystal, but I always want to call him Billy Crystal. But Keanu Reeves looks like an older, mature gentleman, and that guy looks like a sun-dried goldfish. Like,
hey man,
that's fucked up, man. I'm gonna work with that guy
Drugs
one
hit
day.
him pretty
I
hard, all right. You don't need to be that rude.
I feel like it's a specific type of humor for a specific type of person that is just not me.
yeah,
And maybe people are going to go out and enjoy it, but I'm going to be watching the reviews closely because I'm curious.
I think that's totally okay though. I mean,
Because I'm not interested in watching it personally.
I'm not going to. I have no interest in watching it
Me
either.
either.
Because I also haven't watched anything from Bill and Ted in at least 10 years.
I mean, yeah, if for whatever reason I sit down somewhere and the movies play and they catch my attention, I might check out the new one.
I think
but-
the closest comparable thing, like, what if they announced a new Wayne's World? I think that's very similar.
Oh,
At the same time,
yeah.
But Wayne's World's comedy is like way more dated, I think. Wayne's World is
It's just as 90s as Bill is.
Yeah,
it's like super 90s.
But 90s...
There's a couple of movies that I still enjoy despite them coming from that era.
Back to
Mike
the
Myers
Future.
has also had a very hard fall from grace.
To be
Yeah.
fair, he deserved it. The dude's kind of a dick.
Is he?
Oh,
I was watching
Really?
the
Apparently nobody
movie,
likes
like,
working with
the
him.
other day about how fucking he stole. Who's the villain in Austin Powers?
Dr. Evil?
Dr. Evil. He stole the Dr. Evil impression from Dana Carvey. And Dana Carvey was like
What the
trying
fuck,
so
dude?
hard
Like-
in this interview not to just be like, yeah, Michael Myers stole that from me. But he was like, yeah, I came up with the pinky thing. Yeah, I came up with the void. Yeah, he came up with everything about Dr. Evil.
Came up with a bald guy
But he
with a
didn't
scar on
want
his
to be
face.
like flat out like Mike Myers stole that from me. You know, he's like, oh, I came to terms with what happened at the time. You know, like he was very dismissive of it, and he didn't want to call out Mike Myers.
That's some serious shit. Not
Well,
even
that's the
acting,
thing.
but like comedian
And it's
wise.
a known thing.
In
like,
comedy,
that
though,
sucks.
because even when somebody gets called out for it, how often is it that they actually get their career, like, thrown into the gutter?
I think the worst was Carlos Mencia. That I
Yeah.
ever saw. They called his ass out
But
fucking
He
hard.
was, like, one of the only ones that got called out, and something actually happened in his career.
Yeah, dude.
Because that
Amy
happens a
Schumer.
lot.
Amy Schumer has talked about like.
she's still huge though.
No,
She
yeah, that's
is
the weirdest
out
thing,
just
though.
fine.
That's the weird thing though, is that like there was a video on YouTube I saw a while back, and I was like, fuck, I can't believe it. But she was doing jokes from like other comedians, and not even American comedians, like comedians from Europe and Ireland and the UK and like all that shit, copying almost flat out premises, like complete, not word for word, but
Which
like
is hard to
same
do.
premise, same opinion on the premise, same kind of punchline
Which is
setup.
hard to do when all of your jokes are about your own vagina.
I know. Fuck, dude. And the girls got mad at me one time, Vicky and Natalia, and they were like, oh, you just don't like her because she's a woman. I'm like, no, I don't like her because she fucking sucks. And they're like, name 3 comedian women that you like. And I'm like, I like Eliza Schlesinger. I like
No.
Whitney Cummings. No, shut the fuck up. She's funny.
Oh no.
No. I think he's more like, please don't get into this conversation.
No, it was just that. It was, no, it's my point being
We're
that,
not
like,
diving into this, but Eliza, no.
no.
Look,
No,
you're
stop
both entitled to your wrong opinion.
Hell yeah. Seriously. So we're both wrong. We disagree.
Let's not talk about it, honestly.
The point being is that, like, I like some female comedians out there, and Amy Schumer fucking sucks. Like, I don't like her material. You're right. Every joke she goes out there and she's like, my
See,
boyfriend doesn't know how
This
to
might
work
be a
a
weird opinion,
vagina.
but she's like the Ronda Rousey of comedians.
Yeah, she came up and then she kind of
She
fell
looks
from
like-
grace.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing is that she still has, I wouldn't want to say clout within the comedy community.
She
because
does.
I don't-
She's still
She
getting
does.
HBO specials. And
Yeah,
shit.
she-
Yeah, she's still getting
Not
HBO
Netflix
specials, but she's not like the household name. A person who is a comedian knows the name of all their specials.
Yeah.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
No,
if
because she's
fucking-
not that funny. That's the thing. When you memorize someone's specials, that's a legendary comedian. But she's just not that kind of person. She has popular movies for the like basic regular people, and she gets her own shows. Like she gets financial backing because she makes money, and it's strange. She's very big.
She sells.
I'll
She's
give her that.
she's
She's
super
very
big.
big.
But that's what I'm trying to get at, right? Like when it comes to the community for comedy,
right.
when you're stealing somebody else's jokes, the only people in the world that care
Are
other
other comedians or hardcore comedy fans?
But that's
No.
the thing, is that nobody gives a shit about
No,
hardcore
no,
comedy
they're-
fans.
It's true.
Nobody cares.
Like,
Because that's
yeah.
the thing, is that most people that watch comedy, like,
I think
90
everyone does care. It's just hard to publicize that kind of thing.
it's not even
When
that.
Amy Schumer stole jokes, everyone immediately knew about it because they fucking called her the
Yeah,
fuck out.
There was
of course
like a
they did.
20
But
minute-
she's-
her up
but
over
she's still like making money. Like you said, she still has HBO specials.
Yeah.
She can still get
She's on some fucking show right now where, God, I can't remember if it's YouTube or TMC or one of those like random reality show daily trash channels. I can't remember if it's that or Netflix. I genuinely can't. But it's this show with her and some dude. I don't even think it's her boyfriend. Just like they're in their kitchen and they're cooking and they just talk about the shit that they make. But she like,
Her HBO special is about her being pregnant.
oh, whoop-de-fucking do. Like, she's so fucking that sounds really
It's a
salty,
journey.
but it's a journey. It's a little miracle.
Oh,
I didn't kick my boyfriend off in time. What a miracle. Nah, dude, like, it's so dumb because, like, Amy Schumer, I don't think she's very attractive, but she wasn't, like, ugly. But then I realized she was always wearing makeup because in this video, in her kitchen with some dude, she looks like shit. She looks like an undercooked muffin. She looks
Well,
terrible.
well,
And I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
No, that's just being rude.
Being rude and accurate. I'm like,
no,
fuck that.
but I mean, that's the thing, is that, like, yeah, you can say that people that watch comedy care about jokes being stolen, but the thing is that most of the people that are watching her specials don't give a shit,
Yeah.
because they follow
She did
her.
it better. She did it better.
They follow her. They don't follow the community, right?
Yeah.
You know, so that's the thing, is that, like, the people that are backing the money, they don't give a shit. So she's still going to get roles.
Yeah.
She's still going to get everything. And I think that's the same way that it is with most comedians. Because, like, Carlos Mencia got called out because of that. But a lot of
And he fought back in the wrong way, too.
a lot of what buried him was his attitude towards it.
Oh, yeah.
He buried himself.
Mm.
Because if he...
bold-faced lied about
Exactly.
everything.
Because you know
I've
that...
never met Dane Cook. Like, what?
You know that if he apologized or if he wasn't such an abrasive human, because a lot of it was already like a lot of people didn't like working with him anyways because of the kind of person that he was.
Fucking Brad Williams hates him.
Yeah, I mean, most
I
other
think.
comedians
I'm not sure.
do.
Brad, be on the show, please.
And the thing is that when it comes to the point where it's like, okay, well, not only will you be able to get like big names not to work with you anymore, but now you won't be able to get anybody to work with you anymore.
Yeah.
That's when it comes to the point where it's like, okay, let's go ahead and reevaluate this. Yeah, let's not put him on. It might look better for us if we don't back him anymore.
Yeah, Nick Cage played it right. He still plays with the shitty people.
Okay, so Carlos Mencia and Amy Schumer are very easy to hate.
Yes, very easy.
This is one who, I mean, I watched his sitcom and everything, but I'm curious your opinion. Because he's very divisive. What are your thoughts on George Lopez?
I liked his show.
I liked the George Lopez.
I didn't have
Yeah,
a
I
problem
like
with
the
it.
show.
I don't think he's done anything particular. I actually liked some
He
of his
just
stand-up
came
a
out
long
with
time
a,
ago.
with a stand-up special, and I didn't finish it, to be honest
I've-
with you. But
I've
like, I
never-
still like George Lopez.
I've
in
never
general.
thoroughly enjoyed any one of his actual stand-up specials.
I enjoyed one a long time ago that was on HBO that I thought was really funny. And then I saw
How old
one
is
like it was old. I was in high school still, but like this was like 12 years ago. Yeah, but then like 2 years later he put out another one or
That's
something.
peak George Lopez.
Well, 2 years later he put out another one and it was garbage. It almost sounded like the same, except a little bit more hateful towards white people.
He panders hard
hard to the
to
Mexican.
Latinos.
Well, it's-
and I mean,
in
I'm
a way, that's
full-blown
fine.
fucking Mexican.
In a
And
way,
I
that's
understand
fine.
that he's a little bit. He hates white people a little bit.
I
too
mean,
much.
you have
It's
a
a little
brown
weird.
you have a brown family, but
Yes.
like your parents are not Beaner family.
My mom is from Juarez.
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
is.
My
mine
dad's
is too.
my dad's a self-hating Mexican.
Yeah.
But I've met his family. They're Mexican as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
but I'm talking about the people that you lived with day in, day out within your household for a long time.
I still give my parents shit for not teaching me Spanish.
Your
Yeah.
family
I
isn't
had to learn
very
it on my own.
your family isn't very beaner. That's just like not your
Yeah.
My family is, my direct family is not.
is not.
Yeah.
And I mean mine is the same way. My mom was born in Mexico.
Half my
as well.
family is in Juarez right now.
Yeah, and a lot of my family
Trying to
still
get
is
over
too.
here.
But the thing is that I'm not going to sit here and claim that I'm like super bean. That's just not the way that it is, and you're not either. Which is totally
I love
okay.
the culture,
Like we understand the culture and we get it, but we were never
In it or
in
Big
it.
cool
Yeah,
part of the
I
culture.
understand that. I understand that.
And-
And I always do feel a little bit sad. Like I like the culture a lot,
that's the extreme,
including hating Mexicans.
That's the best part of Mexican culture. is
If
hating-
anybody hates Mexicans, it's Mexicans.
Dude, Rob, that is the second time that sentence has been recorded on this podcast.
You see, that's the funny thing is that it's like if it's a Mexican making fun of a Mexican, it's funny because it's like Mexicans call Mexicans lazy all the time, and it's hilarious.
That lazy
There's
son of a
some
bitch only
hardworking ass motherfuckers, but like
But even
for
then,
every hardworking Mexicans,
dude.
there's a fucking drunk piece of shit motherfucker.
But
out
that's
there.
the thing is that even when it's a hardworking Mexican, it's like if he's working with a bro and then he sits down for 2 minutes, he's just like, you lazy piece of shit.
I
Fuck.
can't believe you're not working.
Like
right now.
that's just a part of the culture because we've always been like shit talkers, big shit talkers. White people start making fun of Mexicans, all bets are off. Taking off the gloves. Fucking lady in the back is taking her earrings off.
Mm.
The
All 6 of them nowadays. Dude, I had an uncle who was he was Mexican, but he didn't act like it. But he would complain about much more lazy Mexicans, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, they're up there and this and that." Like, and he's like, "I went," or he who's he saying? He's like, "Oh, I went to Home Depot and got a couple of them to bring them back." And I was like, "Oh, they're willing to work like hard labor, but they're lazy, huh?" And he's like, "Nah," he's like, "I picked those up at 10. What the fuck were they doing there at 10? The real Mexicans are there at 6." I was like, "Wait, there's layers of lazy in Mexicans?"
Obviously,
Hell yeah, bro.
obviously, it's constituted by when you decide to wake up, and by
When you get to Home Depot, it sounds like that's what it is.
Hey, I had to walk. Okay.
I'm sorry. Actually, in here, it's not Home Depot. It's Lowe's.
Well, both, but Lowe's more. Yeah.
There was one that was there's a Lowe's that's right next to a Home Depot, and those two groups of Mexicans hate each other.
Dude, I just think it's so funny that that's like a part of our culture, where it's like you get to Lowe's early enough, and there's a crowd of people, and if you have a truck and more than $100, like
You got a project done. That's what you got.
work needs to be done. Hey, any of you guys know how to do HVAC? Two guys raise their hands. All right, come on, hop in. We're going.
One guy raises his hand. He's like, "You," and pick the guy who seems most trustworthy. I guess I need two, but one will do.
Yeah, they don't even ask how much they get paid until they're like there. Then it's just like, hey, can you take me back to Lowe's afterwards?
Give me
I like
$20
how
and
that
a
movie
ride
trope
back
is
home.
true. I'm really happy that movie trope is true, even in the slightest.
I wonder though, because like, is that a trope that's only applicable here within the border?
No, that,
Mm-mm.
well,
Mm-mm.
obviously,
No, it is
up
not.
north you're not gonna find Mexicans
Well,
at
yeah.
every single fucking Lowe's, but like
like,
No,
is
no,
there
that
a
movie
Lowe's
trope-
that they pick? Like, how do they work that out?
That
up to
movie-
Oklahoma, New Mexico, all the fucking border states, obviously, and
The
like
border
maybe
states-
the state above the border states.
The border states and the most southern 2 or 3 cities of the states right above those.
All right,
Yes.
guys.
But yeah, that trope is also real in Mexico.
Okay, guys, for the viewers at home, I want you to write to us and tell us where you are. Go to the local Lowe's. Take pictures. We have to see.
Lowe's, Home Depot, Harbor Freight. No, that's
Anywhere
local.
that sells lumber, really.
You don't have to send us empty shit, but like, if you can find Mexicans, tell us where they are. we need to start tracking this shit.
We don't work for
It's
the
important.
ICE. We
I
promise.
wanna. We should.
We ate ice.
We should. We should make an app where it's just like it shows you the nearest Beaner Lowe's.
The nearest
We're-
Mexican. That's
where,
it. Just
where
the same-
contractors, where quote unquote contractors
'cause
are
we put
available
contracts out.
for
Right,
quote
then.
unquote pickup by
Don't
the
get
hour.
me started on
What would you-
Mexican
what would you-
contractors.
What would you call that app? An app that helps you find the nearest Mexican contractor. What would you call it, Rob? You got any ideas?
Not off the
It's
top of
it's
my
it's Beaner, but you take out the E right before R, kind of like Grinder.
How
would you call it?
That's only a little
Hey, if you're listening to this 5 years in the future, don't cancel me, please. I need it. I need this job. Whatever job I have in 5 years, I need it.
What episode of podcast is this?
This is episode 12.
All right, so this
At
will
least
be...
the last 10 you've done shit that can get you canceled. We've already spoken to you over smoke sessions.
Don't worry,
We're like, dude,
when he makes it big,
as soon as you make it big, people are going to cancel you immediately.
No,
like,
he's
fucked.
gonna like unlist all of these from everywhere,
Yeah.
and then have them sent in so that you can only buy them in vinyl.
No, I'm gonna get super jacked over the next 5 years, and I'm gonna demand trial by combat for anyone that wants to cancel me. That's what I'm gonna do.
It'll be like the best of Victorious on vinyl and Blu-ray.
Fuck. We're gonna do some like dumb like neon blue vinyl records so it looks fancy. Like, oh, you got the special edition or some shit like that. Speaking of,
They're all special edition. There's no regular.
there's no regular edition. They're all Nictorious Podcast Plus, all of them.
Tired of wimps in office? Sick of sub-8 males making the calls in your country and your life? Well, that stops now. Presenting the new WWE Cabinet matches. This fall, Election Day becomes Ejection Day. Presidential candidates Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Bernie Sanders will go toe-to-toe with the best champions the WWE Cabinet has to offer. Drew McIntyre, Apollo Crews, and Jeff Hardy. Last candidate standing in the ring will be named President of the United States of America in this free-for-all six-way match for the fate of the nation. Tickets are going fast, so get yours now. WWE Cabinet event sponsored by the U.S. Industrial Complex, Immigration Customs Enforcement, and Amazon Prime. WWE Cabinet. Even we don't think that Epstein killed himself.
But dude, speaking of day laborers, I need to tell you guys a story. I told it on the last episode, but I want you guys to hear it, and I'll shorten it. One time I was going somewhere with my brother running errands, and I parked the car. I'm telling him some story. I open the door. And before I get out, I turn, and there's this old Mexican lady with her head in my car, like in my open car door, very close to my face. And I'm like, hello? And she's like, hello, I am illegal. You give job? That's it. That's all she did. And I was just like, no, I'm sorry, I don't have any jobs.
You're like,
for
I
you.
drive a Sentra.
This was years ago, dude. I was driving a fucking Buick Regal with 3 tires. Like
a 93 Buick Regal.
92.
92.
90. It was a 90 Buick Regal.
That wasn't that far off.
Yeah.
Same body style.
But yeah.
I didn't know. You were driving when I met you?
No.
What car were you
This
driving
is
when
two
I met
cars.
you? You were
A
driving
Taurus.
You were driving a Saturn.
No, I was driving a Saturn.
You were
I was
driving a
driving a Saturn.
shitbox fucking
I had
Saturn
a Regal and it got beat to shit, and then I got the Saturn, the Taurus, and then I fucking crashed that. And then I got the Saturn and ran that shit into the ground and then sold it for $200.
It wasn't that right, dude. I don't know why you sold it
No,
for
man,
$200.
Saturn.
I didn't want to wait
pieces
on
of
it.
shit, dude.
No, but I also
that's
didn't
the
want to
thing,
wait around. You
is-
told me you could have gotten me
No,
like
not
$1,500.
even that, because the junkyards pay $500 a car.
I don't remember
For
200.
scrap, you probably could have gotten more. You
Yeah.
got ripped. At
Yeah.
200, you got ripped.
No,
No
I don't.
matter
I
what.
don't remember if it
Running
was actually 200. I just made up a number.
The minimum for a piece of shit fucking junker is
Yes.
400.
Like 4 or 5 hundo here in El Paso.
honestly-
I may have gotten that. I honestly don't remember what I got for it. This was like,
But that Saturn was a piece of shit.
It was
I
a piece
remember
of shit.
seeing it and being like, damn, that nigga's still driving that Saturn.
I
Like,
think,
Two
for
years
too
of
long.
working.
Too long is what
I
it
think
is.
my favorite part was that you took sweaters and stuffed it to the back of your seat.
Oh yeah,
it
because
was
my
like-
seat was collapsing, so I was sitting on like 4 towels.
It was like all the way back, and you couldn't scoot it forward anymore because the rail was broken.
The rail would slide back every time. It was so fucked up.
Shit
when-
I've ever seen.
When I was driving that car, one of the windows didn't close like more than halfway, so I never left anything valuable in that car, which I guess you should do with all your cars. But one time I was visiting my girlfriend at her old apartment, and that apartment had a fuck ton of cats, like all around. Just wild fucking cats that roam around. And multiple times a week, I would go get back into my car and I'd open the door and like 6 cats would freak out and bolt out of my open door in my car. Like 3 times a week, man. Like every time. I hated it. At the same
Goddamn,
time, I
bro.
had no way to stop them. They were always there.
That's a hard truth to face.
What am I gonna do with all these fucking cats?
Hear me out. Hear me out
Breaking
here.
in and fucking in my car.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Cats look at you like, what the fuck are you doing in my home?
Close the
Apartments?
door.
I live here.
We're fucking here. Get out.
Damn dirty mics and the gang. Honestly, like, it's a hard truth to face, but apartments are as ghetto as trailer parks. Like there's no difference. There's no difference. There's no difference there. You live in an apartment complex, you might as well live in a trailer park.
No way.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Honestly, at the very least, you might even own your trailer. Like, that's kind of better.
Dude, I don't know,
I
man.
can own a trailer next week if that fucking second stimulus check comes in.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know,
different.
man.
That's so different.
No, man, you can't afford no $20,000
A trailer
trailer.
park is the literal like embodiment of pick up your shit and go.
Yeah.
Like,
It's also like if you own
But
it.
it's possible to be an owner there, even in poverty. Like,
Yeah, but if you
fucking
buy,
focus, you
You
can own a trailer.
all right, I will give you this stuff. I mean, I deliver to trailer parks all the time.
Yes.
This is the thing that I do regularly.
Yes.
Now, 80% of them are trailer parks in which they're not a trailer and you would want to spend any variable amount of time in.
Well, a mobile home is a difference. It's different from a trailer.
Well, you're thinking like, because there's an RV park right next to the trailer park.
Are you talking about the one in Rojas?
Yes.
Okay.
There's RVs, you know, the big campers, the 40-footers that, you know, you literally can drive it off the lot.
Yeah.
Which
Wait,
is
isn't
not
that the point?
Which is not what I'm talking about. I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about like a mobile home.
yeah,
you
Mobile
know.
homes are different from trailers.
Well,
but
mobile
yes,
homes
I
are-
agree with you.
mobile homes
But-
are easier to
They're
get
not.
into your possession because all you have to do is
Yeah,
get one and then
because-
drive away before they find you.
Because it's such a weird, rich thing, right? Where it's like, I have so much money, I own a home, why don't I buy a shittier mobile home on wheels?
That if I want to go live in Utah for a month, I can.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a huge proponent of the mobile home life, but maybe it's just
I would
because I've
totally
never-
rent one for like a road trip. That'd be cool.
Maybe.
But I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd live
I
in
wouldn't
one.
want to drive one. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they look horrifying.
Fuck driving.
RVs look scary.
Jesus. No, but like I've delivered to trailer
Mhm.
parks.
Yes.
Most of them, you know, you open up the door and all they got is a mattress and a TV, which priorities. Good for them.
I'm on the
And
grid.
some crack.
I'm off the grid, man. They can't find me.
They're off the grid. They're still hooked up to the fucking water and electric supply off the grid.
Hey, but I burnt my social security card, man. They'll never find me.
I'm paying cash and by the month.
I got a gun. I put
There's
duct tape
a-
over the serial number.
There's a much deeper argument to be had here about how much happiness you pick
Well, let
up
me-
from fucking drugs. But
Well,
like,
let me
What?
Let me get to
What?
the-
No, there's not.
let me get
when
to
you
the
live in a
point.
trailer and you're on some good drugs, god damn, boy, you're happier than a motherfucking millionaire. Fuck you.
I don't know. I mean, you say that, but look at where you're living right now.
I'm in a condo. I'm fortunate enough.
You're living in a nice home.
Yes.
He's
You-
got.
You can have your drugs and still be in a nice home.
I'm not on the crack, but let's specify and say, hey,
A condo and crack? Man, you should be president.
fuck you, niggas.
You know, I'm laughing, but I'm paying his fucking rent. I'm paying off his home.
This motherfucker pays my mortgage. Fuck you.
Homeowner Bob.
I just told him
Loner
that,
Bob.
yo, he's
Home loaner
he's
Bob.
trying to
loner.
become the
You're right.
AM of which one? The George Dieter?
I'm trying to be. I might be getting a promotion. Yeah, at work on Gateway
It was today, right? I was like, yo,
at a different Domino's.
You make more money, you pay more rent, bro. Like you.
What kind of fucking
That was like 2 minutes
socialist
after.
bullshit is this?
That was like 2 minutes after I told
You
Chris.
make more, you pay more.
Yeah,
I was like,
gonna
if he
move in
tries
and
to-
lose my job, man. Fuck you, dude.
Hey, I don't make anything. I can't pay
Yeah,
anything.
dude, no job, no rent.
Hey,
That's-
buddy, come on, squatters' rights.
Yeah.
Nah,
That's the way-
your rate stays the same. But like,
I'm glad he clarified it. At least. I was very-
I'm in a decent place, and I'm not complaining.
yeah. Okay. I think if I make more money, I want the bigger bedroom.
No,
I-
zero chance you get the master bedroom.
But
No, I
that's
just
the
said
deal.
bigger one.
As I was saying before, I rudely interrupted myself.
Yes.
There are some mobile homes that I've delivered to where it's like, you open the door, they got real wood floors, they have marble countertops, brand new appliances,
A nice
beautiful
little.
home, leather couches.
How can you tell that
Very
it's
well.
real marble without like looking at it closely?
You can tell when it's not real marble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can tell when it's not.
like the
real marble.
laminate shit is a little bit more flat, but like
Well,
I have
not
to feel
only
the
that,
weight.
but it's like the density, because real marble countertops are really, really, really thick. And not only are they really thick, but like typically the cut that's on the end of them aren't very intricate, because cutting marble is really hard.
Mm.
And the thing is that marble's also porous. So if you're making too many small cuts, it's really easy for you to like ruin the actual cut of marble.
Dude, you want to know a way I saved $600 on my fucking kitchen? It was like $8,000 for the kitchen,
Dude, I couldn't even
but they cut
afford.
my marble wrong.
I couldn't.
I
even
got a
afford
fucking
that.
like flat shark. It was called like shark cut or shark nose cut.
Yeah, whereas
But they gave me that instead.
Yeah.
You see it.
It's a little curved bevel.
So we were like, what the fuck? This isn't like it was in the contract that they said they would give us this specific cut. So we're like, what the fuck, bro? Get us the right cut. And he's like, like a full set of counters in that cut would cost them fucking thousands.
And that's the thing, is that there are very few places where it's like, I mean, you have like small panels of marble like right next to your oven where it's just like a small
yeah.
slat, if anything. You know,
I'm sure he's got his guy that gives him a discount, but
sure. I mean,
he
of course,
fucked up the
anyone
cut, so
does.
he gave us like $800.
But that's the thing, is that there's no like two kitchens that are identically shaped. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no way for him to like make good on messing up the cut and then just being like, okay, well, I'll get you a new one because it's exorbitantly more expensive. You can't return marble. Like,
The
You-
biggest
you
cut is
can,
the
but no one will
fucking
be happy.
one right
well,
here.
no,
Yeah.
you can't once it's cut, because it's like, not only is it a
Ah.
precious material, but it's not really something that's cheap. It's not like lumber.
It's
where
not
you
easy
can
to
buy a
like
whole bunch
remake
of
or
it.
repurpose.
Yeah, you have to
And
go
even
back
then-
to the quarry, and like that shit is rare. You
And
know?
even
like, they cut
then,
off
you
slabs
can't
and
you
that's
can't
it.
just return lumber either. Like once you cut it, it's a raw material.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, I mean, not everybody is gonna need a 14 and a half, 3-inch by 2.5 cut piece of wood that's shaped in the size of a dick or something like that. Like,
Everybody needs one of those. Let's be honest.
but that's the thing, is that like when you're building stuff like this, I mean, this is so specific. How many countertops in the United States do you think have these exact dimensions?
Exactly.
Not very
Like
many.
20.
He didn't want to replace mine. That's why he gave me a steep discount as soon as we realized his mistake. And called him, as soon as you call out a contractor on anything they fuck up on your contract, they will give you a discount of at least $500 to $1,000.
Like right away, where you're just like, hey, this doesn't look right. And
You
like,
gotta-
how
you
would
gotta
you
make
like?
me sweat a
We
little
told
bit.
him the cut was fucked up, and he gave us over $500, like $600 to $800
You have to make
Off.
them sweat,
to
Ah.
fucking let it go.
but don't be rude. Yeah, but don't be rude about
We
it.
weren't rude. We were not rude.
Well, that's the
But
same thing like we talk about
In the
or,
contract,
yeah.
it says something different. So we're like, you owe us what the contract says, and he's like,
All right,
I will
here's
give
what
you
we
a
can do.
steep discount for this fuck up that I made. And we're like, okay.
Yeah, but
It
like,
happens. It happens.
if you ever notice, and take a good look, anytime that you ever see anybody that has laminate that looks like marble, what they do to make it appear as though it's what they do to make it appear thicker than it is the drop off. You know how like on the lip on the inside, what they'll do is like they'll angle it down like this,
Yeah.
and it'll go down deeper than where the actual end of the cut is. So imagine if this right here is like how thick it actually is. It'll round out down to here. and
I
then
always
cut
find it
straight
weird
like
how they
this.
leave
Yeah.
at least one side exposed. So
Yeah.
if you look at the bottom of a shitty countertop, you can see the wood fucking particle board shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
They
because
should
it's-
cover the whole thing.
Well,
at least to fucking
it's hard to cover it because what are you gonna do? You're gonna like take a piece of the laminate and then like
put it on the bottom.
glue
yes.
it on. But that's the
to
thing.
like complete the illusion.
Yeah,
of
but
these
that's the
people to
thing
get
is that
fucking
that
shit.
like strip of laminate that you would put over isn't gonna last. And when that stuff peels, it looks even uglier than if you had nothing there to begin with.
Dude, I had an aunt who had a marble, one of those laminate tabletops of marble with particle board underneath. But she put the marble.
It's always particle board.
Yeah,
Why is
well-
it always particle board?
It's because it's cheap.
Yeah, I know.
Particle
but it's-
goes to fucking like covering.
I had a set designer teacher who called particle board the hot dog of lumber.
It is.
You've told me this. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
Hell yeah.
it's just shredded up shit. But like, no, she had that. But here's the thing: it was that it was completely rectangular, where it was like there was no bevel cut, there's no curve. It was just flat sides of the countertop and a flat top, and she only put laminate on the top,
Wait.
not the sides. So the sides were just exposed as gross particle board. And then we told her one time, we're like, don't you want to put some on the side? And she's like, nah, no one will notice. And then a week later, someone was like, this doesn't look good. And she's like, all right, I'll fix it. So she put laminate on the sides, but she didn't, I mean, granted, this wasn't her fault. Like, it's almost impossible. She couldn't match up the patterns. You know what I mean? So, like, it looked like the worst fucking marble ever if you didn't have glasses. And you get closer and you're like, oh, this is just shit. It's just all shit. By the way, I want y'all to know, we started out with movies, went into racism, went into how nice your house should be.
Well, we got to
Countess.
comedians,
That's comedians.
and then we
It's
went
fun
to
topics.
bad actors. Then
No,
we
bad
went
actors
to mobile,
first, then
Then we went to mobile homes,
Countertops.
countertops, and now we're here. And we haven't finished a single one of the topics that we've started.
Hey guys, welcome to the Notorious Podcast. That's how we run shit around here, baby.
Because neither of you have still yet to talk about your best worst movie.
That's a good point.
I already did. I started this shit.
You said
What did you say?
Warrior
What was your-
Princess?
Samurai
Samurai Princess.
Samurai Princess. Yeah, you brought it over.
All
Samurai
you said
Princess.
all you said was titties getting thrown.
He's got it right there.
She pulls her titties off, puts them together, and throws them at a man's head. And his head gets split. If you don't need more fucking push to watch a movie, I don't know what the fuck you need. That happens within the first 5 minutes. What the fuck more do you need?
Get a haircut, Rob.
He's nodding. He
I'm
knows.
not going to deny that you are speaking the truth.
I can only say that because this is the first time since I've known him that my hair is shorter than his.
That's true.
That's true. You always have long ass hair.
Dude, oh my god. So, best worst movie. I don't think I have.
No, you have to.
No. What do you mean?
You have to have a best worst movie.
I don't think I have one off the top of my head. I have to like really think about it because
Think
I've
about it,
seen
then.
some fucking shit. Oh,
Ooh, here we
oh!
go.
I thought of one. This is okay. Also
Shit
on the last
movie.
podcast, Vicky and Natalia fucking ribbed me because I'm. You guys know this. I'm behind on a lot of movies. There's a lot of big classics that I haven't seen that people get. I watched Back to the Future for the first time like a few weeks ago.
That's not a bad movie.
No.
No,
I mean
no,
like
just
I'm
like
behind
classic
on movies in
movies.
general.
Name a bad movie that you liked.
That I liked.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, that derails where I was
Exactly.
going with this.
Where were you
best
going
bad
with it?
movie, just a bad movie that you
Best
enjoyed.
bad movie.
Okay,
Name
I did have a
bad
good
movie.
time watching this movie because it was so fucking bad. It's called Cowboys versus Zombies, and this was a fucking red box, bottom of the row. Like, what
Does
is?
it have Daniel Craig in it?
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
That's
It
that's
did?
Cowboys versus Aliens.
No. Cowboys versus Zombies because there were zombies. Like,
Are you saying that there was a B movie made about a B movie? Because
shit.
Cowboys
No,
versus
Google it.
Aliens,
no.
Cowboys versus Aliens was a remake, wasn't it? Or it was based off of a comic.
Probably. I'm looking at Cowboys versus Zombies. You're probably wrong as fuck.
No, fuck you. There's no way. No, not Walking Dead, asshole. This movie. Google's like, did you mean Walking Dead? It's like, no. Let me see. Fuck, where is it? We're all trying to find.
There's no such movie as Cowboys versus Zombies.
I typed in cowboy zombies.
There's
Look
The
up
Dead
Cowboys
and the
versus
Damned?
Aliens.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I know.
no.
That's
The Dead
exactly
and the
what came out
Damned.
for me.
Let me see if that's it real quick.
Wow, that looks terrible.
No, this is not it.
Well,
God
look at
damn.
Cowboys versus Aliens.
No, it's not Cowboys versus... No, it's not
You're
Cowboys
a lion
versus...
ass nigga.
No, it's not Cowboys versus Aliens. Shut your whore mouth. And there's a very good chance that this is not on
You're
IMDb.
not a movie man's.
What?
You're not.
If
a
it was
movie
on
man.
Redbox, it's on IMDb. That's the
Are
thing.
you serious?
It has to be.
Fuck, I gotta find this... Okay, I'll try to... No.
Explain
I
to me
remember
the
this
plot of
movie.
this movie.
This movie
Explain
is... Okay, there's a fucking... Okay, I've told you about this movie before, Rob, because there was a bounty hunter at the beginning of the movie. He's the main character. He's the big bounty hunter guy. He's got
Name an actor. In the
I
movie.
can't. It's all C and below.
Bullshit. Name
Fuck
an
you.
actor.
Are you really going to tell me there's aren't... We're getting in such a real heated argument about this
We're getting
movie.
into an argument
This is
about
a real thing now.
At least we're at the end of the podcast where no one's fucking listening.
Fuck
So you can't hear yourself getting fucked up in an argument.
Well,
no.
we're 30 minutes in. Everyone left 25 minutes ago.
It's an hour, dude.
bro.
We're an hour. But no. Here's what it is. It's this fucking bounty hunter guy, and he's got like the eye patch. But his entire the funny part is that the entire right side of his face with the eye patch over it has the worst prosthetic scar I've ever seen in cinema.
Me and Chris just watched The Dark Knight last night.
I watched it with you.
With Two-Face, like...
With like
all fucked
beautiful
up.
looking, absolutely real damage to his face. This guy looked like he went to Savers and got like the scab texture and just slapped it on his face. Not even glue or connected. Just put used an eye patch to keep it attached to him. That's how fucking bad this looked. And there were scenes where he was like looking at someone and it's like a close up and he's like, "You don't understand what we're up against," and you can see his eye under the makeup. Like it's
peeling
so
off.
bad. Yes, it's so bad. And the whole story is that he's a bounty hunter because it's the only way he can make money. And you're like, okay, so he's like hunting down this group. He catches them, and then he's trying to transport them through zombie country, which is like zombie apocalypse breaks out in the Old West. So there's like towns that are infected, a train that's infected, and all this shit.
What's the name of it?
Cowboys versus Zombies or
That's
something.
not the name of it.
We'll figure it out after the
Is
podcast.
it The Mandalorian? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm just getting that bad. Oh yeah, you're right. It was the John Favreau was the director. Fuck you. Of course, it's not the Mandalorian.
Given the wrong
Hey, I
name.
see a movie here called The Dead and the Dead.
Whoa, hey.
Yes,
we just
me
did
and-
it.
Me
Hey,
and Jeremy
Chris,
both
welcome to
looked
the
it up and we both
podcast.
came up with that result.
It might be that. I don't know. I have to find it.
Did you get it from Redbox?
I got it from
It's a
Redbox.
George Romero movie you're naming.
It is
but
not. Oh,
it's not.
Just like
It's not
stuck
what Nick
in a
is
movie
talking
inside
about.
the Redbox.
somebody made a
It's like
movie.
a home
Made a
video.
fucking movie.
They recorded a film.
Nick
They-
is making up a fictitious
Fuck
movie right
off.
now.
If this
That's what he's
movie's
talking about.
if this movie's fake, my
No.
dreams are getting worse. 'cause
Taking
that
so
was-
much fucking
No,
psychedelics,
so
bro.
he doesn't remember it. So now we have to get a production company to recreate this movie from his memory.
I can recreate.
Just
this.
write the movie, dude. You have the idea. That's what it is, an idea, dog. You
maybe,
don't.
maybe
It doesn't exist.
What am I, Amy
Maybe this
Schumer?
is-
Let's just
no.
go around stealing
It does
maybe
not
this is like
exist.
maybe this is an alien prophecy,
hallucinating.
right? Like, like you had a fever dream.
I gave you too much
And the
mushrooms. at
baby
one
Lord
time.
alien Jesus came down to you and implanted this into your head. And they're like, this is your swan song.
This is my beginning of Mormonism.
I found it.
What is it?
Cowboys vs. Zombies.
Ah, fuck you! Let me see.
$5,000
Let me see
budget.
it.
$5,000 budget, man.
2.5 out of 10.
Nice.
2.5.
Nice. That's a solid.
Let me see. Show me.
Are there any actors in it that you know?
I couldn't tell you. I don't
Show him.
think so.
Just show him.
Alright,
He'll-
alright, alright,
he
fair
might
enough.
recognize it from the cover.
I just
enough.
need to see the dude with the eye patch, and I guarantee you I'll recognize it. Ah, fuck. Carmelo Fulop. What the fuck? That's the director.
I searched for like 2 seconds and I found it.
They didn't want to search for that long. I'm gonna just watch part of the trailer and see what comes up. Loading ad, man, go fuck yourself, IMDb. But no, anyway. So it's exactly what you think. It's a fucking cowboy, or he's a bounty hunter. He's transporting his bounty, and zombies break out. And there's a scene where it goes back to be like, "Oh, why are you a bounty hunter?" And he's like, "I lost my wife." And then it cuts to him and his wife. Like their farm is getting raided by bandits, so the bandits are showing up and they're just shooting into the house. And you're like, "Oh man, that's sad. This looks really tense." and he's holding his wife's head right in front of his. And he's like, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry." And he like gives her a kiss, and she's like, "I'm scared." And he's like, "No, don't worry. It's gonna be okay." And then her fucking head explodes because she gets shot, like completely destroyed, and the bullet goes through her head and hits his eye, which is why the entire right side of his face is melted. Apparently, tragic. And then the best part, I'm gonna spoil this fucking movie for anyone that cares. The best part is that at the end of the movie, his wife shows up as like final boss zombie, but he just shoots her and that's it. That's the end of the movie. He's just like, no, I don't know what I can do. Oh wait,
I mean, that's the thing.
Cool,
though.
credits.
If her head was
Wouldn't
blown
be a
off,
cowboy movie without it.
yeah, if her head was blown off, like that's the part of the zombie that you have to shoot for them to die, anyways.
she didn't have a dude. When the zombie came back, her head was fine. It's like the coroner stitched it back together or something. It's fucking dumb, dude.
It's like the zombie regrow new head just for it to be shot off again.
Man, dude, anyone who can regrow a head deserves to keep it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Hey, man, zombie lives matter. You know what's up? Anyway, I'll watch that trailer later, but that looks like it was it.
That's terrible. What in your right mind possessed you?
I was at not Netflix. I was at Redbox. I had $1 left on a prepaid Visa card someone gave me, so I was like, "Fuck it." And that's the real story. Someone
That
gave
might
me,
be the worst dollar you've ever spent.
or the best worst dollar I've ever spent, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you actually like it?
No, I enjoyed watching it. It was a
Why are
fun
we
watch.
talking about it?
Because that was the
It's
question.
the best bad movie.
The best bad movie you've ever watched. And Chris, now that you're here, you got to join in. What is the best worst movie or the worst movie that you've enjoyed watching?
I can't even think.
I've shown you
watched-
so many movies, dog.
The best
You have.
worst
I
or the
like
worst
most
best?
of them, but the ones that I didn't like, I hated.
Which ones didn't you like?
All those fucking horror movies. Like,
I meant, dude, at the beginning of this podcast, I meant to ask these guys about Eraserhead.
That one's okay.
Matthew and dude hated the fuck out of that movie.
What is it? I don't think I've seen it.
Eraserhead. Tell me you've seen that movie.
Never seen
Either
it.
of you
I've never
fuckers.
seen it.
What part of I haven't seen that did you not
Go
get?
watch that fucking movie, you retards.
We'll watch it after this, and the next time we're on the podcast together, we'll...
I
Well,
showed it to
talk
my
about
brother
it.
and my
Eraserhead
cousin,
was
and they
nice.
were like,
It is really artsy fartsy.
it is.
Oh, God.
It is.
Very.
Wait, this
But-
does sound familiar.
But it's one of the first movies to be like that. It's from the 70s. Like, it's so old. It's
Yeah,
one of the
everything was
first to
artsy-fartsy
take
in the
that sort-
70s.
No. You're
Soup
fucking-
cans were artsy-fartsy in the fucking 70s.
If you were to see this movie, you would realize that, like, of its time, it was amazing. I think it was amazing.
Okay, hang on. Is the movie...
But my brother
is
and
the
my cousin
movie
hated
good?
the fuck out of it.
You gotta be fucked up.
I
to watch it.
loved that movie. No,
Yes.
I was sober the first time I watched it.
The first time.
The second time
It was
I
so
watched
bad. Afterwards, I had to be fucked
No.
up.
I got stoned with my brother and my cousin, and they both hated the fuck out of that movie. It was sad as fuck. I was like, this
But-
movie's so good. But Max is a personal David Lynch fan, and he loves everything. He loves
David
Twin
Lynch
Peaks.
film?
It's a David Lynch film.
Oh
Maybe not.
god.
Yes, he loved Twin Peaks and he loves everything from David Lynch, but he has never seen Eraserhead. And I want him to watch that movie so bad to defend me, but like I love that movie.
It's a good movie, but like I wouldn't say it's amazing.
It's slow. It's
I'm fine
a
with
slow.
slow.
It's a slow
It's
burn, but
very-
it's disturbing.
I'm
very
fine with
visual.
slow burn. I mean,
I love
Jesus.
slow burn movies. But
I
like,
enjoyed
it's
watching
fucking great.
Heat.
It is a visual
Heat's a very
experience.
slow
It's
film.
not like
Another one though. Everyone that I have shown loved Midsummer, except for this nigga.
That movie's fucking dumb.
I love Midsummer.
You're
I have to watch
entitled
it.
to your wrong
I still have to
opinion.
watch it.
No
It
man,
is dumb.
I've shown it to multiple
If you
people.
think about that movie for longer than 3 seconds,
I've
you
shown it to
realize
multiple
how
people.
retarded that movie is.
So like,
Dude, the last... I don't
no,
know.
okay, actually, the same people that disliked fucking Eraserhead
Disliked
loved Midsummer. They loved that movie.
And they're still wrong.
I love that movie.
He's just trying to tell you that's why you'll
Midsommar
watch
is
Midsummer.
great.
I mean,
Midsummer is great. I love that
Midsummer's a
movie.
shitty movie.
No,
Midsummer's
man.
a movie for
Did
somebody that
you
doesn't
watched
like
it with your dad,
Yeah.
and you guys both just were like, "What
Oh
the
yeah,
fuck is
he
this
thought that it was fucking terrible.
shit?"
He apologized for taking me and dragging me to such a shit movie.
Shit, man.
Yeah, your dad's
I
a
like
nice
the
guy.
movie. You're the
My
only,
dad and me burst out laughing after the movie was over.
You guys
because
are the
it was
only
so
ones.
bad.
You guys are the only ones I've heard that from.
Let me tell you.
I've suggested the movie because I loved the movie, and
That's
I've suggested it.
I
to
mean,
many
if you
people.
don't think about the actual movie itself, it's fine. It's not amazing. But
No,
once you start
man.
picking apart at it, like, the plot holes are fucking hilariously huge.
Dude,
Hilariously huge.
I liked the movie, and everyone I've shown liked the movie except you and your dad.
I haven't seen it.
Dude.
I haven't seen it. I'm down to watch it. I will say the last time, no,
I'm not gonna watch it again. That movie was dumb as fuck.
I want to watch
Wrong, bro.
it. No, dude, the last two movies that I remember like sitting down and watching with Rob. One was Grand Budapest Hotel,
Yeah, it's a
and
good movie.
I was very
Wait,
high.
wait. We fucking stopped, put a bunch of mushrooms in a shot glass, sprayed lemon juice all over these mushrooms, and then took them. That makes them stronger. You don't understand
Okay.
what I'm talking about, but that makes them much fucking
I know
stronger.
what you're talking about. What the fuck?
You see, no crack.
Mushrooms.
Just mushrooms.
But anyway,
Lemon juice starts to decompose them much faster and makes your body absorb them much faster. So we were high as fuck when we saw Grand Budapest Hotel.
hey guys,
Not gonna lie.
welcome to the Notorious Podcast version of Bro Science. Make this happen.
Bro, I've tripped many times.
That's drug science, if anything.
Nick has not tripped many times.
No, here's the thing.
I don't know,
But
I
that
was-
was hard as fuck that night.
Did you think I was about to say Grand Budapest Hotel is bad?
No.
No, because I watched that movie.
No one watches that movie and says it's bad unless they're a retard.
It's good.
or somebody that just likes action films.
No, dude.
No. Like my dad- my dad would
no
hate
one
that movie.
dislikes that film.
My dad would
I've met
hate.
plenty
My
of
dad
people
would hate Grand
I've met
Budapest
plenty
Hotel.
of
What the
people
fuck
that
is
do
wrong
not
with
like
your dad?
Grand
He likes
Budapest
action
Hotel.
movies too much.
Almost a year without a Marvel movie.
A what?
It's been almost a year without a Marvel movie.
It's been a good year.
I don't know what the people are gonna do. I don't know how they're gonna cope. Tony Stark dies, and now we got to deal with this. What the fuck? But no,
People
here's the
that
thing.
like Marvel movies are fucking simps, bro.
Listen, buddy.
People that like Marvel
Whoa,
movies
buddy.
and people that don't like Marvel.
Wait, what's wrong with liking Marvel
I like
movies?
them.
I mean,
Pretty sim.
No.
anyone who likes Marvel movies is a simp. I like them. So you're a simp? No. Wait, bro. Hold
Hear me
on.
out here. Hear me out here.
Backpedal.
Let me
Backpedal.
explain only my specific position that only
The
applies
hard-ass-
to me.
I am not a simp.
The hard ass fans.
I
Alright,
am not a
alright.
simp, bro.
What's the explosion that happened extremely recently? It
At
in the Middle
Beirut?
East.
At Beirut?
Beirut.
I was gonna be like, I
Have
don't
you
know.
guys seen that post where someone was like, "Holy shit! This explosion in Beirut reminded me of the Avengers Endgame."
Oh my god.
Someone was fucking straight up serious
Oh my god.
What?
about it reminding them about the Avengers.
Well, okay, you saw a movie with an explosion. You saw an explosion in real life. Did they think it meant something?
The hardcore fans of Marvel movies are fucking losers, bro.
Do they
I
think
think
that
my
like,
favorite thing is that
It's
every
like-
single person that I
I
know...
like the movies I enjoy. Like,
Yes, they're movies. They're good.
What's the
The-
one series that's weird? Like the fucking
DC. The fucking DC movies are hot garbage.
No, Marvel.
I think Dark Knight is the movie that is like
We watched
Bad.
Dark Knight last night.
I think it's fucking bad.
You've said that
I
3
love it.
times on this
Dude,
podcast.
it's so good.
It's so bad.
It's so good. I haven't said
I
that.
was
three
laughing at like the whole like first half of it.
Yeah,
It's got
It's
interesting
because of how
premises, but-
quotable the movie is.
Dude.
Every quote that came up, he was like, "Why?" No, man. Every quote is
It's
great.
because it's like ham-fisted as fuck.
It is. We're gonna
Dude,
watch The Dark Knight Rises soon.
It's all
I hope
Christian
you've never
Bale,
seen
man.
I've never
You haven't seen?
Have you? Okay, Rob. No,
It's the best
We're,
depiction
we're
of
gonna
Bane.
watch a movie
I
after
haven't.
this.
We're
This is
gonna watch
I've
Dark
got
Knight
so
Rises
many
after
VHS
this.
tapes. I gotta show you the original Bane.
No,
bro.
oh dude,
Oh,
I haven't seen.
no, don't do that to him.
Bro, not right now. Shut the fuck up. It's good.
Yeah, but not right now.
No, man.
So-
it's good
I'm
anytime.
not prepared to subject
No, man.
myself to that.
Who
I have to
who
come
originally
into it
plays
physically
Bane?
prepared. Please no.
Who originally plays
Shut
Bane?
the fuck up.
So, all I'm saying is, Grand Budapest Hotel, I was very high. I watched the entire movie wondering when the opening was going to be finished.
It doesn't.
2.5 hours into that movie, I was like, man, this is a long intro sequence.
You're a dumbass. The movie's an hour and a half long.
Whatever. I was too high to
Time
tell time.
changes for you once you're. Oh no. No, please don't.
He just handed us a Batman and Robin VHS tape.
So where's Bane?
Bro, Bane comes out in it, but he's a dumb motherfucker.
Like, he barely comes out of it?
Yes.
Yeah. He's like a very, very non-important side character in that movie.
If you want to watch a good one, we could watch one of the originals, man.
Right?
Did you hear that?
This
If you
is-
want to watch a
Of
good
course-
one,
Of course, you have the $3 set.
You're gonna talk shit about this one, but you cannot talk shit about this one, man.
the Ultimate Batman Collection with Michael Keaton as Batman, Michael Keaton as Batman, and Michael Keaton as Batman.
Dude,
Oh,
if you
yeah,
talk shit about that, you're a fucking retard.
Dude, Beetlejuice played Batman and the Vulture.
I mean, you know,
Batman's
Beetlejuice-
life is insane.
Beetlejuice didn't exist when these came
You
out.
see,
You
I'm
fucking
I'm
dumb
talking
bitch.
about Michael
Like,
Keaton.
I know
retard.
that Beetlejuice was fucking like
you see,
but
the
you're a
question
dumb
when,
bitch.
when you look at this, you have to ask yourself, how much of a latex fetish do you have? Because if it's mild, then you watch the one with the Riddler.
Yes, yes,
Is
absolutely.
George Clooney Batman.
Yeah.
This is the good. This is fucking.
Val Kilmer?
But
Michael
you
Keaton?
see, if you have
Val
a minor
Kilmer's
latex
great.
fetish,
But it's
then you
about
watch
it's
Jim Carrey in latex.
it's about the director.
If you have a major latex fetish, then
Poison
obviously
Ivy.
you're going to watch it with Michelle Pfeiffer.
I can't really say I'm a fan of latex.
Oh, well then you just go with
Latex is
regular
horrible.
Batman.
Bro, we all work in a
you
kitchen.
seen
We wear
Jack
latex
Nicholson
gloves
as the
every day.
Joker?
It's horrible. Yeah. Yes,
Ooh.
that's great. Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson is the Joker.
Jack
Have you
Nicholson.
seen that movie?
Yeah.
Which one?
Jack Nicholson is the Joker, the Batman.
No,
Yeah.
no, the
Which-
Batman.
which
I just-
Batman?
Batman.
The
Just
Batman.
Batman.
The
I
Batman.
think I passed by like my living room when my dad was watching it or something, but I've never watched it by myself.
Dude, I've seen so many different
Same thing
comedians
for
or
this one.
actors.
So much
I've
latex
seen-
in those old
I've
films.
seen
My
like,
God.
Dude,
so many
Batman
scenes of this one.
Forever with Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Oh
Yes,
my
yes,
god,
yes, yes, yes,
dude!
Solid.
And Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face.
Yeah.
That was
Holy
the
shit.
weirdest
Yeah.
I've ever seen Tommy Lee Jones because he's always very stern ex-military dad.
Yeah.
He always looks like that. And then he's fucking Two-Faced and he's flipping a coin with this giant oversized revolver, giggling like a schoolgirl. He's like, "Are you gonna live or die? Twing!" And you're like, "What the fuck is this, Tommy Lee Jones? How much did you get paid to do this?"
Wait, no,
Not
you're
enough?
wrong. You're wrong, dude.
Yeah,
Wait,
look me
wait.
in my eye and tell me he doesn't laugh like a retarded sixth grader.
The Joker never flips a coin.
No.
Two-Face
Two-Face
flips a
flips a
coin.
coin.
That's
Yes.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes.
Yes,
Not
that's
Jack
what he was talking
Nicholson.
about.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay, I'm
He
wrong.
still has a
That's
giant oversized revolver that looks cartoonish.
That's Joker.
No, fucking Tommy Lee Jones as the Riddler, not Riddler, as a Two-Face,
Two-Face.
has a big oversized gun that looks
No,
like
but
it's gonna
they're
have the
really
Bane
good.
flag
Go
poke
and get
out.
one.
It
That's
looks
Joker.
ridiculous.
That's a Joker
No,
guy.
yes, I know it's a
He
Joker
pulls
guy.
out the
I have a
fucking.
little bit left.
Yes, he
If you
pulls
wanna
out the
take the
fucking
last of it,
Heritage
give it a
22
try.
revolver with a 16-inch barrel. But I'm saying Tommy Lee Jones
Well,
as
that didn't
Two-Face
exist
also
at the
has a
time.
stupid oversized gun, and it looks ridiculous.
I think
That's
the
Batman
problem.
Forever. That's Batman Forever.
Yeah.
We're arguing about things that we agree about. What the fuck is going on right now in
It's
this podcast?
In Batman with Keaton and Nicholson
Ah,
I
is the
think,
greatest, and it
I
has
think-
Joker.
I think,
As
yes, yeah.
Jack Nicholson.
no, Jack Nicholson as Joker.
I think
Yes.
we're running a little long here, friends.
We're at a minute and 16 seconds. All right,
Hour
a
and
minute.
16.
Sorry, hour and 16 minutes.
We're kind of fucked
Yeah.
up. Also,
I think we're running a little long.
Now, here's what we got to do. We
We-
all got to drink 3 more beers and then come back. This is the break. We're going to film the second half of the podcast. No, you're right. We are running a bit long.
break. Let's get high, bro.
We are running a bit long. But, you know, I had a lot of fun. Did you guys have fun, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Yeah, it's been cool.
So I'm here.
I want to smoke weed. Let's end this and smoke weed.
Remember,
have to bleep
kids,
this.
if you want to own your own condo,
Smoke weed every day.
no crack.
No crack.
Yeah, exactly. No crack, which translates
Weed,
to...
alcohol, and psychedelics, bro. That's how it is.
But no crack.
But no crack.
I
No crack.
am in no way affiliated with this man.
You are. You pay me. You pay me every month, dumbass.
All right.
Man, weed.
Oh
You
no, I do! I'm complicit.
Actually, technically, his parents do. Just
Dude.
saying. Just saying.
All right, I'm gonna end on that fucking filthy 3rd-degree burn, guys. Thanks for
If
listening
I spend
to.
$300 a month on weed, that'd be fucked up.
You mean my cousin with the weed tent?
Oh my
That's
god,
fucked up,
we have
bro.
to talk about
I
that
spend
next
maybe
time.
$40 on weed every month.
You
Holy
need to
shit,
hear
man.
You need to hear the weed tent story. I have to come back to tell the weed tent story.
We're gonna tell the Weed 10 story right now, but we'll come back and take it
This
after
has
this.
been the Nictorious podcast.
Thank you for that excellent ending. This was episode 12. Thanks a lot for listening. for the next episode, we're probably going to be putting up some questions for the listeners. Anything you guys, if you want to ask specific questions or if you have answers to the question that we asked, we'll talk about it and we'll have some fun with it.
Directed towards specific people, towards any of us, towards all of us.
Yes, ask Rob why he voted for Trump. And
I wish I voted for Trump.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. That was episode 12 of the Victorious Podcast. Have a good night.
I love you.